Hey everyone, what is up? Well, I wanted to do another video since my other one was honestly just not great like I wanted it to be. And so I thought we should probably make more of an exciting video this time around. Yes, same Yu-Gi-Oh mat and everything, which is always fun. But today I kind of wanted to do something a little different. I'm not necessarily opening boxes for you or packages of cards, which is coming. Burning Shadows is up next. I'll be opening that. But instead, I wanted to kind of review some of my holographic cards, not necessarily the rarest of rare, and some of my rare cards that are worth a little bit of money. And I can't tell you off the bat just how much money they are worth, but a lot of these I have in this stored in this binder right here. So I just kind of wanted to go through and show you. These are collective of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards both. So we're going to do both today, and I just kind of wanted to go through and show you some of those, and I'll try to position this as best as I can on this camera here. So first and foremost, kind of what I want to show you, typical Yu-Gi-Oh stuff here. So I am a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan, of course, and the first and foremost I wanted to show you is 20th anniversary Yu-Gi-Oh cards coming out. This is a Red Eyes that I don't even think has released in the English set yet. One of the only cards that I have in Japanese for Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know why I haven't collected more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but that one, of course, is in pretty mint condition. The only other one I have is right here. He's not necessarily rare. His name is Hollow, but yeah, that is what it is. Of course, the infamous God cards and token cards that you can get from pretty much all these box sets and everything. And most of these, I mean, obviously, they're not playable. I do have playable versions of them, but these are all in mint condition, and as you can see, I have more than one of each of them because it seems like Yu-Gi-Oh! Ran these promotions, and they, you know, gave out a bunch of God cards. That was the thing. They were just going to give out their God cards like crazy. So I think I have like 3 sets of them, I believe, which is insane. I know these probably don't go for much at all, but of course, as you're a kid growing up, you of course wanted to collect these God cards because they were just the most awesome thing in the world, and they're still cool to me. I like the lore around them. I like kind of how everything, you know, revolves around the God cards these days. I know there's, I think they're Ultra Gods or something. I'm not sure, but anyways, here's tokens. I think I only got one here, but the token from the sets as well. I think there's only one in there. Yeah. So a token from the box sets that you would get as well for opening. And I've opened a bunch of cards, and I've just now thought about putting them on YouTube. I don't know why I waited so long, but it is what it is. These are the Duelist Kingdom sets, which are kind of cool. I know these don't go for very much as well, so they are what they are. But yeah, so they're the Duelist Kingdom cards that you would have to get in the original anime to get to Duelist Kingdom. So they're all pretty cool. I can get these for pretty much less than $1 on eBay. But they are what they are, and I like them just because they're unique cards. They might be worth something someday. I know those are in pretty perfect condition, but as you can see, here's some deep fakes, and I always love myself some fake cards. I mean, what is this? I'm not even sure where this came from, but Deadly Big Rabbi? I'm not really sure what that's about, but that is what it is. Some other deep fakes that I have. I've got a fake Winged Dragon of Ra. He's obviously worth nothing, so I can just take him out of here. But you can tell he's fake, first of all, that the set number is not correct. What if there we go, GB1003. That isn't an actual thing. Like that's not an actual thing. And the stars, that's another big one. If you have any cards with stars that look like this, I mean, let me show you a comparison if I can. Hold on here. Let me get an actual card. I'll just use this card, for example. One of my Blue Eyes. Oh, I got to be very careful. I'm an idiot and didn't put them in the sleeve. So do you see how the stars are on Blue Eyes White Dragon? See how they're very, you know, more circle, and the coloring isn't off. Now compare it to Winged Dragon of Ra, the deep fake one, and that's what you get. So you can tell, obviously, that it's certainly fake. So yeah, just some fakes there for you. A Japanese version that I don't think is real. Also, you can kind of tell by the back too that back is discolored. It's not right, and the backs on the God cards obviously are colored differently, so you can't play them in tournaments. So yeah, that's not a real thing. And then a fake Dark Paladin or whatever you call it. Anyways, here we're going to go over to some of my rarer cards that I've collected. Obviously, the Blue Eyes, you got your natural Blue Eyes, the newer artwork. I think this is the second version that they came out with for Dark Magician, but we've got that going for us. Ciaru, you know, there's a lot of names I don't know how to say in these, but it is what it is. Some of my favorites here, I know this one's worth just a little bit. Not sure how much, but I know Dark Magician of Chaos is worth just a little bit, and you can get him. I think he was out of the Legendary Collection Yu-Gi-Oh, something like that. LCYW for all the collectors that have it. So yeah, that one's always been one of my favorites. Same with Buster Blader. I think I got him out of there. You've got the Swift Guy, Fierce Knight, and Obnoxious Celtic Guardian as well. But I'll just kind of flip through these real quick. Some of them start getting just kind of like, they're normal cards. So I'll let you all see them. Got an Insect Queen here, all the good stuff. And I'll get to some of the cards that are worth a little more here, just to kind of show them. I don't want to make this video too long, but Mirror Force Dragon I know was worth a bunch, and I believe he's from Dragon Legends. Oh man, I cannot remember the set names. I should have done my research before that. But I know this one was worth, I think, $50 at the time. I could be totally wrong, but when I was looking it up, we were around $50 for this card in particular, which is pretty nice. I wish it would focus correctly. But anyways, that's the Mirror Force Dragon. Always been a big fan of this one as well. And I need to put these in smaller sleeves at least. They're not worth a whole bunch. But this one, Dragon Master Knight, is probably one of my favorite artworks ever. And this one's not necessarily worth a bunch because I think that this came from Legendary Collection Kaiba, I believe. But it's one of those that they mass produced and reprint. And so reprints usually generally are not worth a bunch. Then you've got your XYZs. Then you've got the Knights of Destiny as well. Bunch of those. This set, I always loved this one. Had a bunch to do with Red Eyes as well, and I was super into the Red Eyes deal. So here's some of these right here. Oh, this one's worth a bunch, or not a bunch, but a pretty good amount. Let me show you this one here. This one was pretty neat. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Can't remember how much. I know he's over $20. I know that much. He's in pretty mint condition, as you can tell. And so I've thought about getting him PSA graded, but that artwork, though, is so amazing. I love the artwork on this deal. So let's keep moving on here. That's one of the rare ones. Let me find you one. I'll show you each of these pages just so you can see it here. We're going to go into the trap cards now. And here, I'll just kind of give you a wide view of what's going on. I know at this one time, Solemn Strike, I have him doubled up. He is at least a PSA 10. I know their prices are going down, but you had to pay at least $100 for these at one time, and I pulled it from a random package, and I'm so happy that I did. And I've kept them. I've kept them in these packages, and I haven't touched it since. Probably going to do the same. I probably need to get it graded just so it's worth that much more. But it's authentic. It's there. It's the holographic. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is so nice, man. So those were good. And then Cosmojo as well. That one was worth at least a little bit, probably over $15, I would say, $15, $20. But yeah, they're nice cards, that's for sure. And I just love the artwork on Yu-Gi-Oh. As you can see, I kind of have these, you know, organized into their own spaces. I'll try to get as much as I can into one here. But they're all holographics. This whole binder is holographics, whether they're worth much or they're not. As you can see, I've put all of them kind of in here and organized them with kind of what packages they went with and all that stuff. This was really neat. This is one of the gold openings, or the gold packages you could get from. And I know this whole right here, they were all from that. But the gold on it, every single card you would pull was gold like that, which means that it probably wasn't worth much, you know, because they did so many prints. But yeah, that they were just so neat. Every single card you would pull from the package had gold outlining, which I just thought was super cool. Okay, now getting into some of the big boys, I would call it. So there are variations on prices everywhere on these, but these are obviously some of the original artwork styles that I really liked, that weren't hyper rare, in other words, that weren't really gold shiny like the rest of these are, but just the originals. And I try to be careful with this one. I have seen so many fluctuating prices on this, and I've got 3 of them, as you can see here, but this is on the top is my mint condition one. Others were played, bent up, all that stuff when I was a kid. I'm not sure where this one came from. I found it a while back, sleeved it up, and it is from Starter Deck Kaiba. The very first one. As you can see, that bend right there is actually from the packaging. It's not on the card. So this one's in pretty much mint condition. I've seen people get these PSA graded, and man, I've seen these go for a couple hundred, at least $200 to $300. I'm sure if I got this graded, it would probably go for the same. But I'm rambling. It's one of my most prized possessions. It's probably not even worth much, but I'm proud of it because it is one of the originals, and I think that's really cool. Of course, an original Dark Magician, I've discovered that these are pretty much not worth anything, especially the newer ones. But the other one that I have that is from Starter Deck Yugi is really bent up and messed up. And it is what it is. But an original Red Eyes had to have that in there. The new artwork for Dark Magician. I didn't really, organize these as good as I should have, I guess. And then, of course, one of my favorites, Rarest, is in here as well. So I've always been a fan of the Dragon cards, specifically, not only in Yu-Gi-Oh! But Pokemon too. And again, I'm just going to quick flip through these. Most of these are not worth much of anything, but I'm going to flip through them so you can see them. Just page by page here. I'm not going to take too long. Pause if you see something cool. If you have any questions down in the comments, or you see something that is worth a lot that I'm not pointing out, please say something, and I will definitely get it out in the next video so you can see it better. So if there is something on here that you see, like this right here, I know this one for sure. There has been speculation on this. If someone knows more about it, I guess there was like a misprint or something on the artwork in the background. If I have it, let me know, because they're going for a ton right now. And let me see if I can get that in there. It's Mirror Force, I think, or Magic Force, something like that. I'm really bad with Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes, man, but I have a lot of cards, and I can't ever remember some of them. But yeah, so that Dark Paladin, I've seen that it's worth either nothing or a lot. I mean, there's no in between about it. So if you know something that's good, and it is what it is, and it is that card, then for sure let me know. Again, if you see something, pause it, ask me questions about it. I don't mind at all. I will answer any questions you have to my full knowledge. And it may not be much sometimes, but I can definitely do the research for you. Oh, here's the last page here. I don't want to hurry too much. Here's the gold cards again. These gold cards were honestly just so cool. I enjoyed them. Here's some more older style cards that I found weren't worth a whole bunch, so I just threw them back here and kept them organized. I think these are also from a set, I believe, some reprints that they did at one time for Yugi and Kaiba. But anyways, I have multiples of these triples and all that stuff. And yeah, so I'm just going to kind of quick flip through. Again, if you see something, please tell me if it's worth something. I would like to know for sure. But yeah, and then here's all the ones. I also organized these. Man, I went really far with it. These just have the holographic names on them. So I am going to quick flip through these. They are what they are. If you see something again, just let me know. But I don't think that there's going to be much of anything. And we're going to get on to Pokemon here. But before we do, I wanted to also show you, I have a deck that has some rare cards in it as well that I just used on light rotation for myself. I didn't really play them a bunch, but it's a Red Eyes deck, and so these are pretty neat as well. A lot of these I bought singles of so I could specifically have it in the deck, but these are really nice. The Red Eyes is real in these. Like these, I know I bought singles for those. The Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, I know their prices have gone back and forth and they've gone up and down. I haven't played these a bunch. I just did it for a test, and I'll probably take them out of the deck really soon because I don't really have a whole bunch of people playing Yu-Gi-Oh with me, especially during this quarantine lockdown. But let me find the really good one here that I know everybody's probably going to ask about, and here he is. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. So Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is absolutely OP to the point that you can only have one of him in your deck, and I know he's worth a whole ton. I believe this came from some sort of starter deck or something, so it's probably not worth a whole bunch, this specific one. I will give you the code on that one, just in case it is, and I'm holding a gold mine, which would be awesome. So, and I told you earlier that there are playable God cards. This would be one of them right here. This is a playable card, but so like down at the bottom, it usually says cannot be used in a duel. Come on, focus on it. Come on, I know you can do it. Come on. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I wish it would focus. There we go. So it says limited edition on it, all that stuff, and has the effect on there instead of just saying some gibberish. But the back of it, and I'm going to be very careful with this because I know these are worth at least a little bit, they're playable God cards. So it's a legitimate back. Everything's good there, and it's a playable card. And so that made their value go up a little bit. Obviously, you can only have one of each of these God cards in your deck, and they're certainly hard to play sometimes. So yeah, it is what it is. So there's the focus. But these are really neat. I love them, and I think I've got Obelisk in here as well. Let me check just to make sure. Let's see here. Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, he's in there as well. And then one of them, yeah, here, okay. So there's Obelisk the Tormentor. The only one I don't have in here is Ra, because his effect isn't as good as the others. But again, I'm going to show you, if you'll focus, please. Come on, go away. Oh my gosh. This does not want to focus at all. Come on, let's go. Focus in, buddy. There it is. So, limited edition, you can see that it is a playable card. Comes from that set there. So, it's playable as well. And let me see if I can find this next one that I had to pay a bunch of money for. Here it is. Right here, the Black Stone of Legend. And I only have one of them. I believe I paid $40 for this card. And it was well worth it because it is absolutely OP, as you can see by its effect. It's a first edition as well. Here is the card set. And dude, I cannot tell you how many sets that I bought just to be able to find this one. Could not find it, and finally just bought a single and put it in this deck. And I have only played with it once, and they're in mint condition. And honestly, I've kept them in the deck box as it goes, and here's the rest of them. Obviously, I've got Red Ice Fusions in there, which are cool. Seal of Orichalcos, another Red Ice Fusion. And we can't forget about my boy Jinzo. He's one of my favorites. I know I act a lot like Joey playing a game as an adult child. But anyways, I think we should get on to Pokemon here. So I'm going to flip over a couple pages. Let me put these back in their package. And I'm going to flip over a couple of pages here to get to the Pokemon, because I know that's what everybody's wanting to see as well. And I'll show you some super rare ones. But first here, my absolute favorites, of course, we are talking about the Charizards up there. There's all these EXs. These weren't worth much at all because they were mass-produced, and I believe they might have been reprinted as well. So, as you can see, there's the Mega Charizard EX. And, yeah, so he's a promo, I believe. I can't remember if he's a promo or not. Come on, focus on him. You can do it. There it is. Yeah, I believe he's just a promo. And, yeah, so they're pretty neat, though. I love my Charizard. I really do. I know, just a typical, you know, hype beast fan for the Charizards. But there are the other two as well. I'll get them out for you. Why not? Try not to run this video too long. I'm sorry. So here's the other one. Got this out of a tin, I believe. And we'll get the other one as well out just so you can see it more closely. And that way you have gotten to see my Charizard EX collection that I am very proud of. Whether they are worth a lot or not, I don't care. I'm proud of them, and it is what it is. Okay, put that one up, and we're good. I do have the Lugia EX. I believe he's worth some. I'm not sure how much, but I know he's worth some. Okay, so this Dragonite, for sure. There's a couple sources that I saw that were having him for $40 to $50, I believe. Totally wrong, probably. I'm probably getting this all wrong, and I'm sorry. But hey, he's in really good condition as well. So I'm 110% proud of him. And that's really neat. Right on the back side, I know you guys are seeing these. Here's the Rex, the EXs. This one was definitely worth a bunch. I believe he was going for $70 American USD. So yeah, he's super cool. Gengar EX. Very, very nice card. The shine is real on it. And I don't know for what reason he's worth so much. But he is, and I'm proud of him, all in the same. So they're very hard to keep in these small packages, and I need to package them up more. Look at that. Just like there's so much roll-off going on here, and I hate it. And now we're out of focus. I got to get them in there. Okay, now, so we'll keep continuing on here. Here's a GX Metagross. These were always cool. I think this is probably my coolest GX I've gotten so far. Again, in Burning Shadows. I know I'll probably pull a better one than this. I'm hoping for a Rainbow Rare, and we're hoping for that Charizard. But we will see. So he's in pretty good condition as well. Mint condition, I might add. Oh, someone peeped Charizard there. I saw it. You saw it. We all saw it. So those are my GXs. Just want to show you all those. If something's worth a lot that I didn't point out, please let me know, because I would be just as excited as you are. Base set, or not base set, set 2. So this is a set 2 Charizard. He's in very good condition. I would say he's probably a 7 or an 8, probably lightly played by somebody. I bought him as a single for about $50. He goes for 60 to 70 generally, PSA graded. You probably get a couple hundred out of him if you got a 10 on him. but he's a base set 2. I would love to be able to have a base set 1 Charizard. This other one right here, he is just from a starter deck, and man, I'm having the worst trouble getting these things in. Okay, come on, let's go in there. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. But this other one, he is just a base set 1. Now, probably my favorite card in my whole collection here, just because I've seen some things that were $80 worth. $80, ladies and gentlemen. My Charizard Delta Series. I think I've seen Max Mofo say something about these before. Not 100%, but dude, how cool is this? It's a Delta Series Charizard. I've seen them go for $70, $80. Even more PSA graded, obviously. So I've thought about getting PSA graded. Dude, he is in very, very good condition. The cut is very nice. There's some on the artwork. There's tiny, tiny little scratches, but I wouldn't imagine that would affect it way too much. So I know for sure that he's going to have to be PSA graded at some point in my lifetime, hopefully very soon. But it makes me nervous sending in stuff like that. Another one that I saw go for somewhat is the old E-Card Scanner series. I actually had the scanner for him, but there's a Charizard out of this set. I can't remember the set name, but he was very cool as well. So going to have to check him out. 2, I got some Machamp in there, as you can see right here. Come on, focus in. So got a Machamp, and some of the older cards, there's Zapdos in there. Misty's Golduck, that's always a good one. So I'm going to start flipping through these just so you can see the rest. And if you see something good, again, stop me, let me know in the comments, and I would gladly, you know, point out whatever you were saying and confirm it with you. And if I got something that's worth a bunch, then by all means, let me know, because I would be just as excited as you. But here are kind of the rest of my cards. Some of them are newer, some of them are older. I believe that there's not much left in here. And I know that here's some of the old E-cards again. Those are really nice. I love those. And also evolution stuff is over here. Had those. And then some of the newer sets. Nothing really crazy in these. They're just newer set cards that are all holos. I like to put my holos in there, and I think this is a set I was collecting that I probably just need to take out of there at this point. But I guess the only one other than this that I can show you, I had some Burning Shadow stuff. I don't know if I have any GXs in here, but I was just trying to put the set all together in it. And I think the only one that I have, here he is right here, a Marshadow GX. I don't think he goes for much. I think he's less than 10. I know. I need to put him in a sleeve. I know. But here he is, Marshadow GX. Very nice looking guy right there. But yeah, guys, I mean, that is essentially my Pokemon collection right there. Let me flip back to a better page for this last scene here. Hold on. I got to get to a better page just to show them off, right? So, I mean, heck, this has been a good video. I really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it just as much as me. And guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see. Like I said, Burning Shadows, Elite Trainer Box coming up. My other unpackaging video was awful, and I'll post it up and get it up there for you so you can see it and everything. But I just wanted to get a better video in before I posted the cruddy unpackaging one. And so yeah, Burning Shadows coming up. We're going to open up an Elite box, but until then, see you guys.